Hello, YouTubers, friends, compatriots, Hooligan shows, desolate shorts, peasants, vassal sons, peasant sons. I'm a useful idiot. Today, we're going back to Fukushima. Because it turns out, I did a video not too long ago, probably a month ago, about all the problems they were having with groundwater. And I recently got sent a story by one of my beloved regulars, 4390100. Very catchy username, by the way. And it turns out what I thought was just a continuation of the old story turns out to be actually a brand new story about Fukushima, and dramatic enough that we need to be very, very concerned about this. Because it turns out that there's a huge amount of radioactive water being poured into the Pacific Ocean as we speak. So as it turns out, between July 8th and July 10th, there was a huge spike in radioactive water going into the Pacific Ocean. And to give you an idea how dramatic it is, I'm going to go through a little bit of technicalities here, and that's becquerels, which is a measurement of radioactivity. And 10 becquerels per liter is the official so-called safe level of radioactivity in drinking water. And I'm sure that level's been raised in order to accommodate the fact that we live in a radioactive world. And then, as it turns out, at the nuclear reactors themselves, 60 becquerels per liter is considered safe for drinking water at nuclear plants. So in other words, the people that work at nuclear plants are pretty much expected to get cancer and die. So their level of safe radioactivity is 6 times higher than what it is for normal people. So that's an interesting commentary. And then the wastewater created from nuclear plants and is 60 to 90 becquerels. So right around the same level, oddly enough, as the drinking water for people that work there. But what we have recently is a huge spike. So on July 8th, and when I say radioactive water, I'm talking about radioactive water that has cesium-134, cesium-137, as well as tritium and strontium. And we had a spike on July 8th at Fukushima, 8,000 becquerels per liter. And then July 9th, 11,000 becquerels per liter. By July 9th, 22,000 becquerels per liter of a different type of cesium. By July 10th, it was 900,000 becquerels per liter. So to go from 60 to 90 to 9,000 to 900,000 becquerels in a matter of 2 or 3 days. And radiation levels of water going into the Pacific Ocean have risen by 9,000%. So we have a problem here. And of course, these are the highest radiation levels since 2011, since the collapse of Fukushima and the meltdown of 3 reactors. This is the highest level of radiation since 2011, two years ago, more than 2 years ago. And consistent, though, are the lies from the Japanese government and TEPCO. And they're saying they don't know where the water's coming from or why there's a spike in radioactivity in the water. And I would say they do know. Just like always, they know. And they're just going to lie about it because they don't want to have to do anything about it. They're doing all they can now, or whatever it is they consider doing all they can. Doesn't seem to be enough. But I will attach my previous video on all the problems they were having with groundwater before, both storing it, transferring it, and then all the problems they were having with groundwater. It seems like this whole situation with groundwater, they tried to build an underground dike to hold it back, but anyone that knows anything about geology or just has common sense knows that that's probably a losing battle. So this whole issue of radioactive water at Fukushima is turning into a huge disaster. And just like everything that happens in Fukushima, this is a global disaster. So anybody out there that isn't paying attention to things at Fukushima, here's another wake-up call. We have a rise of 9,000% of the level of radioactivity water leaving Fukushima reactor number 1 and pouring into the Pacific Ocean. And it's hard to imagine that there's anything they can do to stop it, because supposedly not only have they done everything that they can do, but officials have already said that they won't have the technology to even deal with this problem for another 10 years. And it'll be too late by then. And you know how I know that? Because it's too late now. I'm a useful idiot. Don't you be one too. And remember, if I agreed with you, then we'd both be wrong.